Whoa, we're live. What's going on? Let me cut this AC. Happy 25th. I completely forgot what day it is. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the re-listening party. If we're not going to be fashionable, we're going to at least be fashionably motherfucking late. You know what it is. K the Prophet's here on time. Before we get going, Heroes in here, what up? Before we get going, obviously there's a lot going on in the world. I don't really address it on here as much. Before we get going up top, obviously fucking Black Lives Matter. Keep fighting, keep saying your truth. This is kind of a sanctuary, a haven that I want to take artists to. I know there's a lot going on. We're all stressed out. We all want to do something in some way. This is kind of a moment to be like, here, like let's celebrate your album. Let's celebrate a little bit. Let's get lost in something that you worked hard on and deserves to be celebrated. With that being said, the re-listening party today, we've got K the Prophet on deck. Here we go. Let's talk to K the Prophet. His album Find My Will, or his EP Find My Will, it came out a couple months ago. You can find that on Spotify now. Just type in K the Prophet, K-A-E, Find My Will. There he is, the man himself. K the Prophet, what's going on?
Hey man, Matt, thank you so much for the opportunity today, man.
Bro, you don't have to thank me. RFD's up in here too. What up, RFD? You guys are the most fucking cordial. I love that about you. You don't have to thank me for nothing. I appreciate it. I'm with you all the way. I know you don't drink. Are we drinking a little bit? I'm drinking in your behalf if you're not drinking, sir.
Let me join you with a little seltzer.
All right, then before we start talking that talk, congratulations on Find My Will.
Thank you.
Let's get it going, bro. Let's make it happen. This is K the Prophet. Find My Will. Let's get into it. This is the re-listening party. So, well, hold on, K the Prophet. Find My Will. This is the first track. This is called Quarterback.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you're about to find the fuck out. So when I won't get it, when I'm getting my phone, get it, my boss, get it, I will get it back. My team, give me my bed. I got my boys that cover the bed. Me and y'all, I got the red on my feet, straight in the bed. Put on kids in the bed. Get in my school, let it come.
I see you, high, bro. I see you, RFD.
My team, give me my bed. I got my boys that cover the bed. Me and y'all, bed. Woo! Quarterback! That's how we're starting off. Yo, the yellow boys, my crew's up in here. Do me a favor, Hito and RFD, let me know in the comments how it's sounding, please, music-wise.
Yes, sir.
K the Prophet. Quarterback.
Yeah.
Quarterback. Where did that come from? First of all, where's the beat from? When did you start on the album? And why was it important for you to label this project Find My Will? The whole body of work. What did Find My Will mean to you? And then we'll go right into Quarterback, bro.
Oh yeah, man. So for starters off, Find My Will, it was just it was a really spontaneous project. I started off with the Quarterback song that was produced by Pure Gold. He's a YouTube beat maker. That was actually custom, so shout out to him. Pure Gold produced, always making some fire. Okay. And basically, if you guys take a look at that cover art right there, what you guys see, that pixelized cross, that's basically an embodiment of when Corona started, how everything was just starting to really move on to that digital age, where we even went from school digitaling, work.
Wait for there he is. K the
So yeah,
Prophet.
basically,
when things started, I'll start.
All right, I was even going to a church digitally. So basically, it was a really big transition period for me. I was really just trying to find sounds that I was comfortable with, not really something that I wanted to experiment with. So I went with the classic trap drums, and yeah, man, that's how Quarterback started. I actually wrote that in the car right outside of my house.
Okay.
At 3 a.m. and it was kind of like an epiphany when I wrote it. Yeah, it was a fun track to really write. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's ease you up a little bit more here. Okay, let's keep playing your shit here.
Yes, sir.
Live. Let's go.
I put my city on your leg shirt. Had to get down and put in the work. I did it, but I know you were first. I did it clever, I'm a work. I put on me in all of my friends. I already know who beat in the kids. I gotta listen, I'm coming with facts. Like a people that's with the hacks. Hey, how is it this easy? I'm grabbing the stars in the sky. But I am the best of the cloud. You rest me different cloud. A second is good in my phone. I'm so sick that I might need a nerve. My whip is so sick that I might need a scare. You can't try to see what I can hurt. Yeah.
Oh, the swagger on there. K the Prophet. When the night that I met you, let's talk a little shit. The night that I met you, I had a good friend of ours, Hero, was on a show. I was going there early to check in for him,
Yes,
and you
sir.
were first people there at the venue. I didn't know you at all. You were just like super nice. You didn't introduce yourself as K the Prophet. You're like, oh man, Andrew, nice to meet you. Like, you were just like a cool guy, and it wasn't until before we started to get going, I was like, yo, where's your friend K the Prophet at? He was like, oh, bro, that's him right there. I'm like, that guy's gonna jump up there. That guy's fucking awesome.
Oh man, appreciate that.
Your confidence in music, when you get on the mic, you kind of become, you can hear it in there. I picked that spot because when I saw you perform, you reminded me a lot of like T.I., bro. That's weird. I know it's kind of a weird comparison.
Man, that's an honor.
Oh yeah, no, but like your confidence on the mic. I know you're pretty early in. When did you start doing the music, and when did you start to feel more confident in yourself as far as like that swagger? Because when you're hitting your stride there, I put my city on just like a shirt. I had to get down to put in the work. Like, where does that come from? Where does that confidence come from?
So let me just reiterate real quick. I started music when I was in middle school, but I started taking it seriously about last year and a year and a half.
Okay.
And what really spurred me, what really brought that confidence out was how I connected with you guys, you and Hiro the Champ. And bro, as soon as Kyle told me that my sound was marketable, my sound was good, that's when I actually decided, wow, this is literally all I know. Like, what else am I gonna do? And this is what I love, you know? Like, I get lost in the music. I just write for hours too, you know? And it's just a blessing to really be in a position just to be able to do what I like, you know, do what I love. And I think that's the beauty of it, man. Just connecting with so many different individuals and you just connect on the same medium. I think that's the magic of music, and that's what I fell in love with, man, you know?
I love it, man. That night, that performance at the Labyrinth, I believe, was that your first music performance?
That was my first music performance ever.
Crazy, okay.
And I was like, looking back on it, I know I could have done better, but it went without any hiccups, so I can't complain, you know?
To see your guys' first few performances like that, particularly like same thing with you, just like with Hiro. Like, if I didn't, something just fell in my car. If I didn't know that was your first performance, bro, I never would have guessed.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
No, the swagger's great. Gabs isn't here too. What's up, Gabs? Let's keep it pushing. We're talking to K the Prophet.
Yes, sir.
Like a curse, I see what hurts and then get it worse. How can you see what you know from birth? They saw what we need and did the reverse. I'm gonna hit you. Hurt on my shit, different than yours, only the truth. From my work, all the will and years. Ready, Stephen Hawkins, I know the facts. Get in my zone, then it's a rap. All of my bars feel like a strap. Eyes and lines, cage at a pack. Moving my team, give me my back. I got my boys, a couple of bands. Plenty of quarterback. I said, where I want, straight in your back. Put all killing, I know the facts. Get in my zone, then it's a rap. All of my bars, check. Eyes and lines, cage at a pack. Put my team, give me my back. I got my boys, a couple of bands. Me yards, back.
Quarterback, the first song on Find My Will. Gab says we vibing. We are motherfucking vibing out with K the Prophet. Recording this album, I know that you do work at Red Eye. I don't know if you recorded this at Red Eye. Okay, so that was my next question then was working with people like Has. How instrumental has that been, and how formative has Hasmatic from Red Eye Recording Studio in San Jose, or just like a good producer like that, a good engineer, how instrumental was that on this project for you?
I think that was actually the key to the project. Being able to go to a professional recording studio, just having that guidance of somebody who's made several projects before that has his work with E40, Lil Skies, like Mozzie. And that's insane to me, just to like be able to work with somebody who has worked on a platinum selling record, which that's just a trip to me.
Yeah.
So I feel like Has took my music to the next level, which opened me up to trying also music with Lil Hits, Johnny Hits' little son. And he actually made the Happy song for us. He mixed all the Happy.
Whoa. Okay.
You guys can really hear the difference between Find My Will and when we play Happy at the end of this, you'll really be able to hear the difference in production and styling between Has and Lil Hits. And I love that. I feel like it just made my versatility in sounds just skyrocket out of it. It was just amazing.
No, you're right. It's good. It's a completely different sound, and it's good for you to get into those different pockets.
Yeah.
Has to Hito and to other artists I've worked with, to me, he's been an incredible asset. Shout out to Hazmatic. Let's keep it going.
Shout out to Austin.
Shout out Austin. This is the second song on K the Prophet's album. Big Plans. We're talking to K the Prophet.
Yeah, I got some things I can never stop. One step, baby, forget the whole and you gon' hear me in the stereo. Tell my folk around the globe, they know me in the city and they know me local.
K the Prophet. The song is Big Plans. That's a Big Plans. That's a big sound.
That's a
again,
huge drop right there, man. Those 808s that we used, we actually doubled those because the first one wasn't too loud enough. So we doubled those 808s, and it just bangs when it drops, and everybody just starts to move with that one when that one drops. So I'm really proud of that one. We actually had another ad-lib track on top of that, but it ruined the ambiance and kind of like the vibe of the track itself. So we just took it out, and it ended up being just as good.
No, that's a great lesson too. Sometimes it's hard to feel comfortable letting something breathe. You want to keep adding and adding and adding. Like, we're painters, bro. You're never gonna be finished with your painting if you keep holding it there. Sometimes it's better to just let it breathe and let it be, bro. Big Plans with me. Again, this is this feels like big shit popping. This feels very T.I. This feels like in your face, bro.
Oh man, appreciate that, dog.
Of course. Let's keep it pushing.
Even if it's time, money with my mouth. I got some baby, I can never stop. Nobody, no. Big plan with one step, and just go. Baby, forget the whole yeah, you hear me in the streets and you won't hear me in the stereo.
If you're just popping on or if you're just coming across this video right now, we're talking to King the Prophet about his album, Find My Will. Big Plans. We're talking about the sound. We're talking about how big it is. Again, with your confidence on that, who did you work with for this one? I imagine Has?
Yeah, Has made that one too.
Okay.
And, dude, throughout the whole process, it was a lot of reminding, like, he was constantly having to bring me back to it, like, dog, why you make it, like, why are you choosing these exact lyrics to portray what you feel? And I feel like during the process of making music, you lose track of, like, what you wanted originally, and you can make it into something else that you like. But holding on to that initial inspiration has always been hard to me, and I've always kind of settled with going for a different sound just because it's good. But if it's not what I wanted originally, it just doesn't sit with me.
Yeah.
And I have to redo the whole thing over. So that was what happened with Big Plans. We did we did a lot of highlights on the first one, but I realized that we could just take it like Big Sean style and just do single layer the whole way, you know? And it just sounded better.
No, it sounds phenomenal. You're right. It's a big sound. This and Quarterback both are very like. The first time I listened to this album, you know what? We'll save that. But it's a big sound. Okay. It's a big sound. I love it. It's very in your face. And one thing I was going to bring up regarding that, Has is a perfect example of someone to help with that process. If you're guessing something, I'm not going to say that. I don't remember their name, but Has has been. He don't knows as well. And
yeah.
RFD. There's somebody who's been going to that studio working on the same song for more than 3 years.
Exactly.
So he's not. Yeah, it's important to find someone who's going to be patient for you and help you through your process, and understand what you're going through as far as like an artist in that mindset.
It's essential, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Okay, The Prophet. We're on to the last song. The last song is called High. It's a nice, sweet 3-song EP. This is the last track, man. I'm gonna excuse me if I burn in this one because this one's gonna get a little emotional. Okay, I bet you didn't even expect that, but this one touched me.
Just a little bit. Oh, I appreciate that.
This is the last song in the project.
Yeah.
This is called High.
Yeah. See, I came up from the bottom, all I had was a vision. That's back when our was tipping in the double digits. That's when my mom stressing on how we gon' make a living. I'm sorry for the good, you pay for my finish.
The Prophet, High. When I heard this album,
this one, man, this one was wild, man. I was really into Lil TJ and Polo G when I made High, so you might hear the similarities, but in the lyrics and the flow. But yeah, man, every song I write is it's a reflection of how I feel at the time, which is what I imagine most artists write songs about. But yeah, dude, it was like it was a really dark time. I was not sure if I was gonna give music my all, and I was stuck in a place where my parents were really worried, to say the least, to say the least. But
not to double dip, but you brought it up. I brought it up with Hero. I wasn't gonna bring it up with you, but you brought it up. For you as an Asian artist, I know I'm coming from as being, growing up Mexican, trying to be in hip hop. My parents didn't understand it first.
Yep.
What was that like for you, that gap, and where are you at with that now?
So I think that's probably one of the greatest problems that I've dealt with internally, man. So I'm really glad you brought that up. Even now, it is a part of my identity, but it's not something I'm comfortable with all the way. It's something that I can live with, and I go on day by day with, but I'm still kind of trying to accept the fact, because growing up in the Bay Area, you and me, we don't see blatant racism that much,
No.
So, I mean, up until a couple of years, it wasn't even relevant to us,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that whole aspect of being profiled into that generalization of trying to profit off of the black culture is something that I do struggle with, but I'm trying to show people that I really just love music, that I love hip hop music. That's why I make music too. And you're gonna hear that a lot in the future projects. I got a happy-go-lucky, quirky, vibey, Chance the Rapper, happy vibe project coming out soon. And there's a lot of work going into that one. I feel like that's gonna be it's gonna get some attention hopefully. But I'm putting a
I
lot
haven't
of
heard
work
it
into
yet,
that one.
but Hiro was bragging to me about it. He was like, "Yo, you got to hear this," and I was like, "Oh." He was telling me about it. And I was like, "Oh man, I can't wait for that."
I have one song on there that's finished. That I'm gonna pitch to Cole Bennett.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a long shot, but yeah, we'll see where it goes. I have
You gotta take your shots.
yeah, I have a couple other music video artists that I am interested in. Shout outs Overcast, Arizona. Shout outs Eric Nunez, and also my boys Gabe and Justin, who I'm gonna be working with in a little bit. Those are some amazing cinematographers, and yeah, so that's just what I'm working on right now.
Dope,
But
man.
back to high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically that whole growing up as an Asian, it's a everyday process, and I'm just falling in love with it more every day. I finally have stopped smoking weed.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So that's gonna be that's a really big transition right now, no lie. I'm finding ways to keep myself busy and stuff, but
Man, I should have done my research. I'm sorry, as I sit here smoking my joint. Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. You're good.
For sure.
And, so yeah, man, we're just trying to live life, you know, get on day by day, find daily inspirations.
Yeah, man. If you don't hear it enough, like, yeah, I know there's a lot of, like you said, it's not as prevalent in the Bay, but as you branch out, you're going to feel a lot more of that. And I know you already are, but just keep that in mind. The people who fuck with you and people who actually know, like it took me an hour to see you were authentic, bro. Less than an hour. Like, you're authentic. You're the real deal. I see you out there loving it. You were so excited. If you could have seen Caleb Prophet before his first show, how excited he was, bro. It was awesome. I was so excited for you. I just met you. I was like, I can't wait. I was like, man, this guy's he's gonna kill it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, bro. No, you weren't there to get a look. You weren't there to steal clout. You were there with fucking passion.
Yeah, man.
Just keep it pushing, bro.
Thanks.
Oh,
thought that I could have been different. I focus on the blessings I've already been gifted. I show love cause that's all that we feel even missing. Don't make sense to resent what you ain't fixing. And I get.
Hold on.
So those lines, I wanted you to pause right there actually. Those lines.
I gotta play it one more time, K. I gotta play it one more time, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. I gotta play those lines one more time for him.
Hell yeah. So I thought that I could have been different. I focus on the blessings I've already been gifted. I show love cause that's all that we feel even missing. Don't make sense to resent what you ain't fixing. And I get high. Yeah.
Whoa.
That one, those 4 bars came to me super randomly, and it was actually a self-reflection of how I felt at the moment. So I felt like I really thought that I could have been in a better place if I had done something different. But that was what's holding me back, you know? Just not being able to focus on moving forward and holding on to the past. And then I realized that I have so many blessings around me that I just take for granted, which is why I wrote, I focus on the blessings I've already been gifted. And I realized that with everything going on in the world, literally, if people were more loving, I literally think we would not be freaking out as hard as we were.
Yeah.
Are right now.
Yeah.
That's literally all that is missing in the equation. Everybody is money focused, money hungry, you know?
Yeah.
And it's hard. I mean, it's hard to bag on somebody for being, focus on
what they've been taught to focus on.
You know, but it's
Yeah.
like, you can't get lost in it. The money can't be the goal. It has to be the means to, you know? So that's really a couple of lessons that I've been struggling with. And I was also just resenting so many things that happened to me.
Yeah.
But I was not trying to get myself out of that situation and into a better one.
Yeah.
So really, I was just sitting in my sorrow, just feeling bad for myself, you know?
Yeah. But
So
too many times
yeah,
we focus on our L's, bro, and we think about them and we replay them over in our head. Like you replay them.
over a
Um,
hundred times, man.
mhm. Yeah. I'll keep it 100 with you. This is the first time I've heard the bars. I've heard that part in a while. This is the first time I heard that where I didn't tear up.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
when I heard this album for the first time, the shit had just hit the fan. I got in the car, threw everything in this whip here, and I drove out to be with my mom, my grandma, my sister, everybody that's important. And one of the first nights out here, I had a fire in the back. It was late at night, and I just put your project on, and those bars, I was staring in the fire, and those bars just came on, bro, and I just started crying.
Man,
And to hear that come from you, bro, to hear those bars come from you, it was powerful, and it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was what I needed to hear. Like a lot of us, like you're saying, are focused on that. There are paths that I've taken in my life. There are paths that a lot of us have taken in our life that we spend so much time thinking, fuck, I could, sorry, excuse language, but fuck, man, like I could have done this, I should have done that, like I could have done this, and it's something that holds us back, and we don't even think about it consciously. We just think about it subconsciously.
yep.
I'm gonna play it one more time before we move on.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say these lines for the people so they can sit with it. The bars are.
I just want to say, literally, the fact that you said that makes it all worth it. All the hours in the studio, you know, all the hours writing by myself in my car, in my room. That's what I'm really trying to get through to people, you know, that everybody is the same, and that literally it would be so much easier if we just were willing to help each other out, you know.
Yeah.
Like the love is really all that we're missing, man. So let's run it back.
Before I play it one more time, I'm gonna say for the people just so you can sink in. I let go of the thought that I could have been different. I focused on the blessings I've already been gifted. I showed love because that's all that we've really been missing. Doesn't make sense to resent what you ain't fixing.
Nope.
K the Prophet.
Of the thought that I could have been different. I focus on the blessings I've already been gifted. I show love cause that's all that we've really been missing. Don't make sense to resent what you ain't fixing. Hey, I get high.
K the Prophet, you said that shit. That was brave of you. Thank you for saying that. And on the real, man to man, I felt it. You spoke to me. It meant something to me. You should be proud of those bars. Man, that was that real right there, K the Prophet.
Thank you.
I was shocked, bro, and I was shocked to hear. I was like, oh my god! I played it back so many times. I was like, oh man, I can't believe Kay just said that. I was like, wow. Let's keep it going.
I was young and my mental conflicted. I can't tell how I struggled just to fight addiction. I grew strong after I had you to push me through it. Now when I'm feeling shaky, I just take a minute. Hey, I get high, cause I don't like to fly. No, I might just even touch the sky. It's so high, but you never ask why. It's one life, so you just gotta try. I get high, cause I don't like to fly. No, I might just even touch the sky. It's so high, but you never ask why. It's one life, so you just gotta try.
You just popped in. You just come across this. We've been talking to K the Prophet about his album Find My Will. At the end of everything,
Oh man.
at the end of all the hours of writing, then all the hours of recording, sitting back looking at it. Oh man, what would you tell, or what was the biggest thing that you learned about yourself or about music? It could be about anything. What was the biggest thing you learned during the process of Find My Will? Yeah.
Through Find My Will, man, I think the biggest thing that I found out was that I really don't trust let me reword that. I really don't believe in myself as much as I believe I do. And I think that's what I'm working on the most. The more I write music, the more I find out that I need a lot of stuff to work on. And I think that's the biggest blessing from it. This project really pointed out some glaring details that I am stuck on, my couple vices, and just I don't know. I think it's really cool that I was able to find myself through doing something that I like. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one of the ways that I wanted to close the show was I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Hustle and Flow,
Mhm.
but
That is one of my favorite,
ooh,
bro.
in your face, Gabs. CK the Prophet has taste. Um, in there, DJ Qualls has a line where they're sitting smoking ganja, and he says, "Hey man, every man has the right to contribute a verse." And I live my life by that shit. I know it may not be, it's the weirdest place to get something like that from, but I live my life by that shit. K the Prophet, I wanted to tell you, your verse is beautiful. Your verse means something. Your verse deserves to be heard.
Oh man, thank you.
Um, this was a phenomenal project. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
100%, bro. Find My Will. It's out now. We've talked about it, and before we get out of here, we're gonna kick back. We got K the Prophet's new. Do you want to intro the single?
I will. So we
Okay.
have my single. It's titled in Korean. It means 행복해 with a question mark. It basically means are you happy? And
Whoa.
it was a one, just that one phrase in Korean that was sent to me by my ex, and it just stuck with me. That one line, for some reason, like it just kept repeating in my head for that whole day that I got that text, and I actually wrote that whole song based off of that feeling in that one day.
Man.
And yeah, man, that's what we made of it. That was a new producer, Lil Hits, as you said, so the production is a little bit different, but
Okay.
I love the direction he took it. It's like so much more modern and just sound cloudy, I just
Yeah.
love the sound.
The champ says, "Let's go." You ready to go?
Let's go.
Okay.
Roll.
You can find the single now. We're gonna ride the whole thing. We're gonna ride the whole thing.
Okay.
Hero, let me know how it sounds.
Yeah. And I've been trying from my way back home. And I've been trying to learn how to be strong. And I've been trying to get on my own. And I've been trying, but it's been so wrong. I'm missing you. 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 Missing you. Missing you. Misty, I've been city out for a purpose for me. Found it that I'm on the surface and I'm what I'm really doing. I wrote that you need to know it's for you, and I will call you out. I don't if I face the truth, be alone and exist. I write these songs just to cope. And I hurt you when I promised you I won't. And I've been trying to be alone. And I've been trying to learn how to be strong. And I've been trying to get on my own. And I've been trying, but it's been so long. I'm missing you. Missing you. I'm missing you. Missing you. I'm missing you. Misty, said I'm getting good a couple, I know you can too. I heard it take you stop you thinking that you make your move. Cause in the life there's no rehearsal, it's a constant shoot. So tuck your chin and bitch, just stay like your mama taught you. And I, baby, but you be my baby, cause we crazy living. It's an age to that. I love myself, getting hazy and change the world. That's a story made, and I've been trying to run my way back home. And I've been trying to learn how to be strong. And I've been trying to get on my own. And I've been trying, but it's been so long. I miss you, miss you. I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. Miss it. I miss it. Miss it. Try to lay it all on you. I know you don't. I need to live with time on the Leave me out, I will carry you. And I miss you much that I'm out of my yeah. I miss you, I miss you, I'm missing your touch, missing your love, missing your love.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the re-listening party. K the Prophet, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for making the album. If nobody else tells you that today, thank you for finishing this, being brave enough to put it out there.
Thank you, man. Thank you for all your kind words, man. You literally gave me a lot of motivation today. So
good.
Thank you for having me on here, man.
Of course, and K the Prophet, I appreciate it. You don't gotta thank me for nothing. I'm with you. Tell the people if they're coming across this, I'll give you the follow if you want it to. Where can they find you? Where can they find you online?
Definitely. You can find me at K.The Prophet on Instagram, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Spotify. You can just search in K the Prophet, K-A-E space the space Prophet, and I'll be on there on all streaming platforms. You can also find me on Facebook, and I'll have a lot of updates on there for you guys as well. But Instagram is where you guys can find most of the updates and be as in the loop as you can be.
For sure. K the Prophet, thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Thank you, Matt Cruz.
With you. I'll talk to you very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Releasing the Party. K the Prophet.
See you.
Peace.
Thank you. Thank you.